Hey everybody, it's Patrick. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair. We're almost through January of 2017, and though usually these lists come out at the end of the year before, I have been seeing a lot of lists about what hair trends are going to look like in 2017. So I thought I would share a little bit about what I've discovered that people who talk about such things are saying is going to happen with hair in 2017 for men. Now, of course, as people say things are on their way in or on their way out, for guys in the long hair community, we're used to being a little bit outside of what everybody else is doing, so take all of this with a grain of salt. It's just the opinion of people who are writing and posting videos on the internet, and just like me, they know about as much about what people will do in the next year as anybody else. There are two trends that hairstylists and hairdressers seem to be seeing a lot less of this year from men. The first is the undercut, especially a longer undercut. It appears that men are getting a little bit tired of having hair of two incredibly different lengths that, when you try to change your style, means that you have to cut all of your hair way back. So that trend seems to be on its way out in favor of hairstyles that you can change without having to have such a drastic cut in order to go from one to the other. Replacing the undercut in England and Europe seems to be a more pompadour style that allows men to keep that sleek, slick, pushed back style without having to worry about a buzz cut or shaved sides, and it also keeps it all out of your face and keeps everything very neat and tidy. In Asia, they seem to be going in a different way. The flatter styles are coming back, where men are actually getting their hair ironed or flattened down. They're losing that sort of puffy or more anime style that has been very popular for the past couple of years. It's going for a much sleeker, much more traditional style for men's hair that doesn't need as much maintenance, upkeep, or product to keep it looking good. The second style trend that seems to be on its way out, though it has not stopped clinging desperately on for dear life, is the man bun. Now, this is something that's lasted a lot longer than a lot of hair professionals seem to think that it should have or could have, but the fact that more men are looking for longer styles means that they have to do something when their hair is not actually down, and putting it up in a bun is just easy to do. What does seem to be on the way out is growing your hair out in order to just get the man bun. So again, this goes to more of an undercut style where you keep the sides and the back really short just to get that knot on top. Rather, men are going for more long hairstyles, and it leads me into my third trend, which is braids. Men seem to be embracing braiding their hair a lot more. This could be based on a lot of things, from Viking style to still the Thor traditions in Marvel Comics movies, but men are actually learning how to braid, and you're seeing a lot more braids on runways and in men's magazines. A style that was popular in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but really didn't catch on during the 21st century, was bangs on men. Bangs or fringe are something that's really difficult to keep up because the rest of your hair can go without a haircut, while your bangs, especially shorter bangs, do need a lot more upkeep. We are seeing this a lot more. I see a lot of articles about whether the bang is back, and it seems like it is, so that might be another style that you'll see a lot in 2017. Speaking of the 90s, grunge seems to be back, but in a very different way. Rather than going for a slick, sleek, pulled back hairstyle that you saw over the past couple of years, the use of products in order to make your hair look matted down, greasy, dirty, that seems to be taking off, and it seems to be coming back in a way that we haven't seen since really more of the heroin chic that we saw in the very early to mid 90s. That seems to be coming back for men, so you may not even have to wash your hair at all or take care of it, and you'll already be in fashion. Now, of course, I'm not an expert on any of this. I am just following the trends that I'm seeing, so take all of this with a grain of salt, and as always, follow what works for you. If you want to keep the hairstyle you've got, definitely keep with it. If you want to change things up, see what's out there and what works for you. I'm here every Tuesday talking about long hair. Would love it if you would keep up with all of my updates. You can just hit the subscribe button down below and keep up with all of my updates. A lot of other, much more different stuff going on my channel. You might want to check that out too. Thanks so much for joining me this time. I'll see you again next time.